Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Thursday, August 14th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today is my husband, Bishop Robert Griffin, and joining us is Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us. Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There's no other progressive queer religious panel discussion show like this in the whole world. You can support this program by liking and sharing it.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We produced the 25th anniversary of Stonewall Pride, and we will produce Pride Fest Diversity Pride in August, and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Lesbian priest Susan Russell continues to stand for equity and inclusion. The Reverend Susan Russell stands as a powerful voice within the Episcopal Church, particularly recognized for her identity as an openly gay priest and her commitment to social justice. A lifelong Episcopalian, her journey has been marked by significant contributions to LGBTQ+ inclusion and women's rights within religious spaces. As the former president of Integrity USA, a leading advocacy group for LGBTQ+ Episcopalians, Reverend Russell played a pivotal role in advancing the full inclusion of gay and lesbian individuals in the church. Her work extends beyond this as a staff member at All Saints Pasadena and as canon for engagement across difference in the Diocese of Los Angeles. Ordained in 1996, Reverend Canon Russell's ministry embodies a progressive theology that champions equality, compassion, and the inherent dignity of all people, making her an influential figure in the ongoing conversation about faith and identity. I looked up a little bit about Reverend Russell, and she has an interesting life. She traveled on a number of highways. She was married for 18 years, raised a family, and after she was ordained, right after she was ordained, she discovered her true sexuality, and the rest is kind of history. One of the things that she points to in her preaching is the shifting landscape within the world of human sexuality. She is a major proponent of our trans community. She wants to make sure that the trans community understands that there is a place in her church, a place in her world where they are fully embraced for the people that they are. I think it's interesting that still today, we are still learning about our sexuality and that we can grow into it. And Reverend Russell gives you permission by being the person that she is. Mm-hmm. So I think it's amazing and I love it.
I've been a queer activist since the 80s. ACT UP, Queer Nation, MCC, I've been in it the whole time. And that started in the mountains, in the Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas. I would often be the only person to speak to a class or something because I was the only one they knew. They were the only one that would say yes. And so I've been doing almost since walking and talking, right? And I've learned, I forget how many, some significant things this year. I'm 58 years old, and I've been an activist since I'm 19, 20. And I'm still learning stuff. So yeah, because there's more to learn. Not that I wasn't paying attention all the time. It's just that we discover new things, and there's more things. We learn. And so yeah, I love that she models that she got ordained, and that kind of gave me a little goosebumps. I didn't realize that. I knew she came out, but I didn't realize that it was almost tied to the ordination, because ordination is one of the sacraments or sacramental rites of the church, depending on the language of your tradition. But these sacramental rites are meant to be these points of contact where you encounter spirit in a profound way. And these sacraments, they're outward signs of inward grace. And so when you have this outward experience, it sort of activates this inward experience or helps you become aware of this inward experience. And so that ordination would trigger another sort of sacramental moment of coming out. I just thought that was a beautiful and possibly profound experience. It doesn't surprise me that she's Episcopalian. Now, I realize I was a confirmed Episcopalian. I went to Episcopal seminary. I know. But honestly, the Episcopalians have now there's been some super conservative Anglicans. I mean, no need to lie about that. In fact, a lot left the Episcopal Church because they didn't want women bishops and gay priests and whatnot. What's the word we call that? Oh yeah, hateful. And so, but it's also been within Anglicanism that there a lot of progressive thought has happened. In 19th century England, there was the Broad Church movement, which, like broad-minded, liberal, progressive. That's what that meant, and it was a significant movement. John A.T. Robinson was sort of a bishop in the Church of England, non-theist, very progressive. I think Joseph Fletcher, Situation Ethics, I think he was Episcopal, maybe an Episcopal priest. Check me, I could be wrong. But Joseph Fletcher, I think, was Episcopalian. John Spong, the most prolific writer of the Episcopal House of Bishops, super progressive theologian. Barbara Harris, the first woman bishop in the worldwide Anglican Communion, very progressive, an amazing preacher. Loved her. Michael Curry, the most recent, immediate past presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church, who just will tell you over and over so simply, if it's not about love, it's not about God. Mm-hmm. That's still news to a lot of people. Carter Hayward, lesbian feminist theologian, still around, still doing her thing. James Pike, so many of these great people who've really just challenged the most exclusive or unkind or ungenerous perspectives of Christianity without giving up Christianity. And I see Susan in that trajectory, in that lineage, in that tradition. This lesbian, feminist, inclusive. She was head of Integrity, which was like gay and lesbian Episcopalians back when there was no advocacy, and they formed their own group to advocate within the church, apparently pretty effectively. And so, of course, in Metropolitan Community Churches, historic gay affirming gay outreach church, the Fellowship of Affirming Ministries, Unity Fellowship, all of these, good for them. But also, there are only so many of them. Mm-hmm. And so if you're in an area that doesn't have those things, look for an Episcopal church. And if that one Episcopal church happens to not be so progressive, or they don't have one, the ELCA now, Evangelical Lutheran Church America, right up there. Presbyterian Church USA, right up there. Quakers, right up there. United Church of Christ, right up there. There are churches that are gay and lesbian friendly, that are trans friendly, that do not embrace oppressive theologies, and certainly the Episcopal Church is one of them, and it's because of leaders like Canon Susan.
Well, all of that, and what I love, one additional thing more about Canon Russell is that she has a fierce, passionate love for corgis.
Oh.
And I just remember that one point in time, she and I got in this feud on posting corgi photos. But corgi and her ministry kind of goes through that. It's like she is a compassionate person. Not only extends to human, but also to the little furry guys like that. And at one point, I think she had like 3 corgis. And so they were the cutest thing to watch, but also to watch her when she brought them to church. And how people and the kids responded to that as a part of her ministry as well. Susan has a substantial, profound ministry, both at All Saints and also as a part of the Diocese of Los Angeles as well. And she's kind of like one of those people that when you walk in, you know she's there. But yet it's not about a title, it's not about a position, but it's about the love that exudes from her when you're in her presence, and just watching how she has just really advocated fiercely for LGBTQ rights, not only in her county, but also globally, not only in the Episcopal Church, but also in other denominations. Makes her one of those type of people that she is definitely someone to continue to watch as she progresses up the ladder in the Episcopal Church. And I think there's other great things that's in store for her as well.
She's a good preacher. too. And that's a big bias of mine. If I've got to sit there and listen to you for 10, 15, 12, 25 minutes, you need to have something to say, and it needs to be said in a way that, is engaging. And so I love good preachers, and she is one of them.
She's definitely one of those.
So that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I invite you again to like and share this episode on your social media. And I also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our bishop pages on Facebook. My page is Bishop Robert Griffin, D-Min, and Darrell's is Bishop Darrell Watkins, D-Min. We're also on TikTok. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Darrell and I interview queer religious leaders from around the world, activists and scholars. We've also had a weekly lectionary discussion that you can find on the website and on the other socials.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together, and also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.